All right, welcome back. DJ Vic Vapor with you, Bitwig Studio Beginners Course. In the previous lesson, we were taking a look at the EQ2, so let's go ahead and grab the EQ5, and we'll also take a peek at the EQ DJ. Kind of finish up our EQ Bitwig Studio EQ sessions. So the EQ5, comparatively, right away you notice there's more options. Personally, I would say don't let it intimidate you, because if you're already familiar with using this guy and you feel comfortable that you can manage a few things here, you can definitely use this guy. EQ5 is just a few more options, and one of my favorite is you actually have the option to raise the output level, something not available over here in the EQ2. But what you notice on the outside here is we've got high pass, 24, 12, bell, and low shelf again on the outsides of each section here. In the middle, pretty standard, you've got bell and notch. And this is something you see quite often in EQs, especially parametric EQs, because typically you want the 2, 3, 4, you want the middle area kind of working with, you know, the mids and that either gain or surgically removing any kind of mid area. And then on the outside you want to be able to shelf, you know, your low and your high in whatever manner you need. So that's the general difference right there, EQ2, EQ5. You've got, you know, a few more frequency selections down here because now we've got the 5 choices, and then we've got our cues available here through the mid section. So I'm going to turn this guy off and let's see what we can do. Let's just kind of see how effective it can be for us. So I'm going to add a little low end here. Nice and subby coming through there. Pull out just a little bit of the mid, and let's see if we can't bring back the little highs there. Not too much, just a little taste of it right there on the end. And like I was mentioning, we can choose to bring down the gain, or we can actually add to it. Say I want to narrow this cue a little bit right here on the mid section. I don't want to take such a big chunk of it. Right in there sounds good. Let's push this guy up to, whenever you take away, you want to kind of bring back, general rule of thumb there. And not too bad. The EQ5. So let's say, you know, you're out and you want to do maybe more of a live performance. That's where the EQ DJ comes in. And the main difference here is, of course, we've got low, mid, and high. You know, we've got our frequencies here that we're going to work with are pretty limited in the sense that we aren't going to get a lot out of them. We can adjust the frequency down here. But the real big advantage and the performance aspect comes in here, where you've got the mute switches, or the on-off. So in a DJ performance, if you're mixing and you just want to instantly get rid of the low end or the kick or the bass, boom, it's gone. And the same with, maybe there's a vocal or something that you want to cancel out through the mid, or you just want to lose the high end. It's simple as one click, one push of a button, and they're gone. So that's the big difference with the EQ DJ is, you know, you're point specific on low, mid, high here. Basically 3 bands that you're working with. You can adjust here, and you can turn on and off. It might be something you can use in a production, but I would lean more towards the EQ5 if I was probably doing some sort of production or element of that nature. So that rounds out the EQ family in Bitwig Studios. Hopefully you learned something along the way there. Pretty straightforward stuff. Again, this is a, you know, beginner's course, so I'm not trying to go too in depth with any of this. Just want to touch the surface, give you the basic idea how it works and what Bitwig's offering us. So let's move on to the next lesson.